Alright, so we are starting our last unit exam review. Let's get started. Number 1, the main function of a leaf. Alright, let's start at the bottom. Leaves transport water to the rest of the plant. Leaves actually do not transport water at all. The parts that transport water are the shoot system, which would include the xylem and phloem. Phloem transports food. Xylem is the main one that transports water. Leaves absorb water and minerals. Leaves do not do this. The ones that absorb water are the roots. Leaves provide a place for carbon dioxide absorption for cellular respiration. I would have agreed with all of this until it said cellular respiration. Cellular respiration does not use carbon dioxide. Cellular respiration uses oxygen. So it is not that one. Which leaves us with A, leaves provide a place for sunlight absorption and photosynthesis, and this is absolutely correct. Number 2, which organelle does the following shown by the picture? So a big thing here, I see ATP being formed. ATP is energy. This should give us a big hint as to what is going on. I also see that I am putting in sugar and oxygen and getting out carbon dioxide and water. So this is cellular respiration. And cellular respiration will always happen in the mitochondria. Mitochondria make ATP through cellular respiration. And the equation for that is glucose, which is sugar, plus oxygen makes carbon dioxide and water and ATP. Number 3. The ability of some seeds to fly in the wind gives plants a reproductive advantage. Why does this happen? So wind reduces the need for water. Nope, the seeds still need just the same amount of water. The wind allows the seeds to be dispersed and decreases competition for resources. This one looks promising. The wind blows, the seeds go far, far, far away, and because they all spread out, they don't compete with each other. I'm going to put this as a maybe. It makes the life cycle longer. Not really. Life cycle is not lengthened, and even if it was, that is not an advantage. If it takes longer to grow, that is not an advantage. It reduces the chance of being eaten. Maybe, but is that really the purpose of a seed that flies through the wind, is to run away from herbivores? No, not really. So the best answer is it allows for seeds to be dispersed and it decreases the competition for resources within those seeds. Number 4, which one is decreasing in size? So I see that cell, tissue, and organ are in here. I know that if they are decreasing in size, I would start with organism because it's going from big to small. I would then go to organ system, and then organ, and then tissue, and then cell. So right off the bat, I see that A and B start with cell and then they list the rest. I know that this is not right because this would be increasing in size. Cell is the smallest thing. Then I see that they added a few little words that we did not go over in this unit, but I have included a picture here for us. So we see that an organism is where we left off, or where we started off here. Afterwards, we have a population, which is a group of the same organisms. Then you have a community, which is many types of organisms living together. And then you have an ecosystem, which is many types of organisms living together and non-living resources. And all of these make up a biosphere. So the biggest one in this picture would be ecosystem. And then we would go to community, and then population, organism, organ system, organ, tissue, cell. So my answer is C. Number 5, what process are happening in X and Y referring to this picture? So I see that X is going from bunny to some kind of microorganism in soil. X is also going from organism to a microorganism in soil. Y is going from plant to CO2. Plant to CO2. Y here is going from animal to CO2. So because this has something to do with photosynthesis, and there's carbon dioxide being exchanged between animals and some kind of photosynthetic organisms, I'm going to say that it has to do with photosynthesis and cellular respiration, because these two are complete opposites of each other and they help balance out the gases in our atmosphere. So, if I am producing carbon dioxide going from this plant to CO2, the one that produces carbon dioxide is cellular respiration. So Y is probably cellular respiration. That would mean that X is going from the plant to this microorganism in soil, probably making energy, and glucose is probably photosynthesis. A little tricky. This one I think is the hardest question in the review. Moving on to number 6. So the response that happens when the guard cells close is because of, so these guard cells are in our leaves and they help get rid of water and they help with gas exchange. So when the plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, it can go in if it is open. And at the same time that this happens, water will leave. So what leads to a response where these guard cells close? Let's see. Less oxygen available. Plants do not need oxygen, they produce it. So this does not make any sense. More carbon dioxide is available. If it is closing and there's more carbon dioxide available, why would it close, right? They would need carbon dioxide so it would open. So this is opposite of what is actually happening in this picture. Little water available. If it is closing, that means that CO2 is not coming in and water is not leaving. This could be because there is little water available. If the plant does not have a lot of access to water, it does not want to lose water, so it would close the guard cells. So maybe. Last one, high glucose available. The leaf and the stomata have nothing to do with glucose being available, so I'm going to say that that's no. So the answer is C. Next one, number 7. If a plant moves towards the sunlight, it is an example of, remember light in Latin is photo. So you have to look for the one that says phototropism, and that would be the answer. Geotropism is when plants go towards the earth because of gravity. Thigmotropism is a plant's response to something that they can climb or being touched. And hydrotropism refers to water, so plants' ability to look for water. So the only one that refers to light is phototropism. Alrighty. Number 8, describe the process of fertilization of a plant. So we start with the anther. This is the little anther. The anther has pollen. The pollen will travel to the stigma of the plant, which is this part right here. It'll actually travel to the top. So the pollen will be right here. And then a little pollen tube will kind of form all the way down into the ovary of the plant. From there, the sperm will reach the ovules of the plant. So these little dots are the ovules. Once the sperm, which is the little pollen, and the ovules fertilize, it forms a little plant seed, little plant baby. All right, number 9. The stomata allow for gas exchange in a plant. The epidermal cells of the plant also protect it. The stomata and epidermal cells are most similar to which body systems? So we want to find the body systems that allow for gas exchange and a type of protection. So gas exchange hints at probably breathing, probably respiratory. Protection probably hints at your skin that protects you from microbes, from dehydration. So I'm going to say that's probably integumentary. And integumentary respiratory is right there.